Hello students, I welcome you all to Arinjay Academy. So today we are going to start with the 14th chapter of class 6 CBSE Science, and that's water. So students, what are the different uses of water in your everyday life? Can you elaborate? Apart from drinking, there are so many activities for which we use water. So do you have some idea about the quantity of water you're using every single day? In fact, you must be knowing that water is used in almost all the industries for producing all the things that we use. So we need water not only for our daily activities but also for producing many things. This chapter will help you in understanding about water and its uses, where does it come from, what is water cycle, and the different ways to conserve water. In this particular video, I will be discussing the NCERT questions and solutions for this lesson. So let's proceed. So before proceeding to question 1, I would request all the students who are watching us to please visit our website arinjayacademy.com. यहाँ से आप अपने एग्जाम्स के लिए सारे मटेरियल्स डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. इनफैक्ट आप NCERT solutions भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं for all your classes, for all the subjects. Coming to the question 1, fill up the blanks in the following. So given below are some statements. हर एक स्टेटमेंट में एक ब्लैंक है, सो हमें इन स्टेटमेंट्स को केयरफुली रीड करना है. वी नीड टू एग्जामिन देम एंड हैव टू फिल दीज ब्लैंक्स appropriately. Starting with the first one, the process of changing of water into its vapor is called what? So हमें यहाँ पे एक प्रोसेस का नेम बताना है in which we observe the change of water into its vaporized form called the water vapor. So we know that water needs to evaporate to convert into water vapor. So therefore the process being named after that and is called evaporation. The second statement, the process of changing water vapor into water is called. So हमें यहाँ पे उस प्रोसेस का नाम बताना है in which जो water vapors है वो water में convert होते हैं. So we know that water vapor condenses to form water, and therefore the process is called condensation. Third, no rainfall for a year or more may lead to dash in that region. So अगर एक particular region या area में rainfall नहीं हो रहा for a year or even more than that, so there occurred a natural disastrous condition, and that particular region become arid, and we call such condition as a drought. So it leads to drought in that region. The fourth statement, excessive rains may cause what? So again अगर requirement या फिर एक particular limit से ज़्यादा अगर किसी region में rain occur होता है, so in such excessive rains there may occur another climatic or a natural climatic condition called as floods. So you all must have observed floods happening in the country during the monsoon in different parts of our country. So here we are done with the question 1. Let's move to the next. So here comes question 2. State for each of the following whether it is due to evaporation or condensation. So we will be having some observations listed below. So what we need to do, we need to tell that in each of these observations, what are the processes that are involved, whether it is due to evaporation or is it through condensation. So you all know that evaporation में जो water है वो convert होता है water vapor में, whereas in condensation जो water vapor है they convert back into water. So let's see all the processes once. So here are the different processes. Have a look once. So we will analyze each process one by one. Starting with the first, water drops appear on the outer surface of glass containing cold water. So this is something you must have already have observed that अगर हमने refrigerator में एक glass of water रखा है, and after some time when the water becomes cold, so that cold water when kept outside, so after some time we observe tiny water drops surrounding the glass all around. So what exactly happened? So when we have kept the cold water glass outside, so हमने यहाँ पे जो water vapors थे in atmosphere, so they were forced to condense, and they condensed into water, and they appear as tiny droplets surrounding the glass. So here occurred condensation. Second process, steam rising from wet clothes while they are ironed. Now we have also seen that अगर हमने wet clothes पर iron press किया, so in that we observe that steam comes off. So what is the process through which this happened? So here we know that जो water present थे wet clothes में, so they they got converted into the water vapor. So ये जो particular process है, we know that it is due to evaporation. The third one is fog appearing on a cold winter morning. So you all must have seen fog in early winter morning. What are they? How are they formed? So during the early winter morning times, so जो water vapor है in the atmosphere, so they condenses into tiny water droplets, and they are freely suspended all around, which appears as if clouds have come down, whereas they are called the low lying clouds as well. So यहाँ पे जो fog है वो क्या चीज के थ्रू हुआ? Water जो present था atmosphere में, they got converted into water vapor, into tiny water droplets. So this is again an example of condensation. So because water vapor got converted into water. The fourth one here is blackboard dries up after wiping it. So जब blackboard को हम जब wipe करते हैं, when we clean it with a wet cloth or a wet duster, so after some time we see that जो blackboard है they completely dries up. So what happened? So again जो water present था on the surface of blackboard, they they got converted into water vapor. So this is again an example of evaporation. Then the last, steam rising from a hot girdle when water is sprinkled on it. So अगर हमारे पास एक hot girdle है, यानी एक hot iron surface है, for example that we have kept on a stove, so you must have seen that अगर हमने water sprinkle किया उस पर, so steam comes off. So what is the reason? Why they came off? Because जो water थे already present जो हमने sprinkle किए, those water molecule becomes hot, and they vaporized into water vapor, which appeared to us as steam. So this is the process of evaporation. So evaporation के through जो water sprinkle किए गए थे, they got converted into steam. So we are done with the question 2. Let's move to the next one. So here let's see question 3. Which of the following statements are true? So again given below will be some statements. So हमें इन statement को read करना है and have to tell that whether they are correct or not. So have a look into all these statements once. So this is the list of statements. So start analyzing each one of them and tell that whether they are true or false. So starting with the first, water vapor is present in air only during the monsoon. So क्या जो water vapors हैं जो air में present हैं, so are they present only during the time of monsoon? So no, we know that all across the year जो water vapor है they are present in air because and what we call as humidity, and it is not specifically due to monsoon, it is present in the air in all the seasons. So this is false. Second, water evaporates into air from oceans, rivers and lakes, but not from the soil. So is that true? No. Why? Because water can evaporate from any place. Wherever there is water, if it has sufficient energy or heat, it will convert into water vapor. So it doesn't matter whether they are a water body or is it a soil. Even if there is a wet soil, so water can again evaporate into water vapor. So this is not correct. It's again a false. Third, the process of water changing into its vapor is called evaporation. सो जो पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस है थ्रू विच जो वाटर है वो कन्वर्ट होता है वाटर वेपर में, सो इज दैट प्रोसेस कॉल्ड इवापोरेशन? सो यस, वी हैड सीन this and it's true. Fourth, the evaporation of water takes place only in sunlight. So क्या जो evaporation का process है of water, so does that occur only in the presence of sunlight? So no, you know that it only requires some amount of heat for converting water into its vaporized form. We had seen that even if we have done an iron press or a blackboard, so water can easily evaporate into water vapor after some time taking the heat. So it is not only due to sunlight. So again, it's a false. Last, water vapor condenses to form tiny droplets of water in the upper layers of air where it is cooler. So if you have studied that how clouds are formed, so you must have seen that जो water vapors हैं, they go up in the atmosphere in the upper layers of air, and there where the temperature is low, where the environment or the atmosphere is cool, so वहाँ पे जो water vapor हैं, they condenses to form tiny droplets of water. So this is true. So we are done with the question 3. Let's move to the next one. So here comes question 4. Suppose you want to dry your school uniform quickly. Would spreading it near an angiti or heater help? If yes, how? So suppose that आपको अपने school uniform को quickly dry करना है. So while will it be helpful to spread your uniform near a heater? So if it does help you, so you also need to tell how. That कैसे आप इस particular चीज को explain कर सकते हैं that why this happened quickly. So let's see that evaporation increases in presence of heat. So this is very important statement that evaporation, we know that it's a process, but अगर हमने heat भी supply किया है, so the process of evaporation fastens up. That means जो water से water vapor convert होने का process है, it increases. So if you have spread your uniform near an angiti or a heater, it is also called a heater. So if you have spread your clothes out near a heater, so definitely you know that heat will be provided to the clothes and evaporation will occur at a much faster rate, which will help you to dry your uniform quickly. We are done with the question 4. Let's move to the next one. So here we have question 5. Take out a cooled bottle of water from refrigerator and keep it on a table. After some time, you notice droplets of water around it. Why? सो अगर आपने रेफ्रिजरेटर से एक cooled bottle of water बाहर निकाला है and you have kept it on a table, so after some time what you will see, you will observe some tiny droplets of water surrounding the bottle all around. So why this happened? You have to explain this. So you know that since water has formed around, so this is something conversion of water vapor into water and is called condensation. So let's understand the condensation that is happening here. So we notice droplets of water around a cooled bottle of water from refrigerator when taken out. Because, so why we see this? Let's see. Water vapors from air comes in contact with cold air around the bottle and lose heat, converting them into liquid form. So what happens that we know that air में water vapor present है. So when they come in contact or when they come in the proximity of the cold air around the bottle, so instantly they lose heat. So due to this, because they have lose heat, so water vapor will convert or will condense back into the liquid water form. So this liquid water form is what we see surrounded all around the water bottle in form of tiny droplets. This process is called condensation. We know that this is an example of condensation. So I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next question. Here comes question 6. To clean their spectacles, people often breathe out on glasses to make them wet. Explain why the glasses become wet. So here you need to observe the image. You can see that there is a pair of spectacles. So you must have seen people, or in fact even you must have tried if you're wearing spectacles, that when you breathe out on the glasses, so there comes some tiny droplets of water on the surface. So with the help of that, it becomes easy to clean the spectacles. So here you need to tell or explain that why the glasses become wet when we breathe out on the surfaces. So let's see. When we breathe out on glasses, the surface of the glass becomes cooler than its surrounding. So when we breathe out, जब हम breathe out करते हैं glasses में, so जो glass के surfaces हैं वो relatively cool हो जाते हैं compared to the surrounding. Now, due to this, the water vapor which is present in the environment, when they come in contact with this surface, with this cooled surface, so due to this they loses heat, and in this process they undergo condensation. That means जो water vapor present है atmosphere में, they convert into water. So they undergo condensation and converts to the liquid form. सो यहाँ पे जो वाटर वेपर थे वो कन्वर्ट हुए वाटर लिक्विड फॉर्म में, एंड दे appeared on the surfaces of the spectacles as tiny droplets, making the surface wet. So we are done with the question 6. Let's move to the next one. So here comes an interesting question. How are clouds formed? So हमें यहाँ explain करना है that जो clouds हैं वो कैसे form होते हैं. So let's see. As the height from the surface increases, the temperature of the earth reduces. Now this is very important and the key point of how clouds formed. That as we move up from the surface of the earth, that is जैसे ही surface से जो height है वो increase होती है, so the temperature of the earth continuously falls. So जो टेम्परेचर है वो रिड्यूस होता है. सो विद द इंक्रीजिंग हाइट फ्रॉम द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ, द टेम्परेचर reduces. So what happens then? So जो एयर है when it moves up, जो एयर जो evaporate होने के बाद जो water vapors है, so what happens? They start moving upwards. So at a certain height, at a sufficient and at a certain height, a particular minimum temperature comes or is reached where condensation is possible, or you may say that at the point where there is no further movement of the air above. So at that altitude it start losing heat and it cools enough to convert from vapor to small water droplets. So at that particular height जो water vapors होंगे, they condense to form water, and this water remains suspended in that layer of air in the form of small water droplets. अब ये जो tiny droplets हैं which remain floating in the air at that height, they appear to us as clouds as seen from the surface of the earth. So जो tiny droplets form हुए वही हमारे क्या है? They are clouds. Now this indicates that condensation plays an important role bringing evaporated water back to earth. Now since evaporation had happened and water has converted into the water vapor and have moved up, so जो कंडेंसेशन है यानी जो टाइनी ड्रॉपलेट्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं एंड देन जो प्रेसिपिटेशन अकर होता है, सो दीज प्रोसेसेस कंडेंसेशन and precipitation being followed after that, they are very important so as to bring the evaporated water back to the earth. We are done with the question 7. Let's move to the next one. So here comes question 8. Why does a drought occur? So you must have seen in television or in news that in some places there is a shortage of water. This is due to the less rainfall or almost no rainfall for more than a year. So you can see from the image that the particular location has become so arid that cracks on the surfaces can easily be observed. So why does drought occur? Let's understand it in more details. So, when there is no rain for a long time in an area, land loses all its water through evaporation and transpiration. So, when for a long time जब एक particular area में rainfall नहीं होता, so in that case you know that evaporation is a process or a transpiration, that is the water lost by the plant. So ये जो दो particular processes है, they continuously happen even if there is no water body being present. So जो soil है उनमें से भी water evaporate हो जाएंगे और जो plants है they will undergo transpiration. So ये constant phenomena will continuously happen even if there is no rainfall. So that is a reason why slowly the soil dries up, the plants die, and you can say that these leaves the land dry and lifeless. So this situation is called drought. So because after this the land become dry and almost impossible for life to sustain, it becomes lifeless. And this situation, this natural disastrous situation, is what we call as drought. So we are done with this question 8. So thank you students for being with us all throughout this lesson. You can subscribe to Arinjay Academy on YouTube for more such videos. आप हमारी साइट को भी विजिट कर सकते हैं arinjayacademy.com. वहाँ से आपको और भी डिटेल्स मिल जाएंगे. इनफैक्ट आप वहाँ से NCERT solutions भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं for all your classes, for all your subjects. So as to ace your exams, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.